Hello, everyone. Today I'll show you how to efficiently manage your salary reviews in Personio. We all know how tedious, time-consuming, and yet important it is to handle salary reviews effectively. Trying to keep all relevant information such as current salary, last salary increase, and current performance in an Excel spreadsheet is a laborious and error-prone process. With compensation, management will have all relevant data in one place. The reporting lines and access rights you've already set up in Personio define who can access which information. This approach is not only easier, more convenient and intuitive, but it also guarantees the confidentiality of the sensitive details. As admins, you have the ability to manage and create your compensation cycles directly within the compensation section. The process is straightforward. You can create your cycle and give it a desired name. Select the cycle participants. You will be able to see which participants are eligible, ineligible, remove specific people from the list, or even leverage one of the existing filters. Once all participants are chosen, you can click Next and decide on the approval chain. This approval chain will allow you to set the hierarchy levels that can submit salary increase proposals. You can toggle to decide which participants will be taking part of the cycle and which will not. You also have the option to bulk upload ratings for the selected cycle participants. You have a download template available here that you can use to then specify the respective performance rating for each participant. You can choose the compensation types that are expected to be reviewed within this compensation cycle, such as the salary, the target bonus, and one-time compensations. You can also choose the effective date exchange rate in case you have multiple currencies being taken into account and set a budget. This is an optional step in which you can flexibly decide on how you want the budget to be calculated on full-time salaries or effective salaries, and which budget you would like to be using guidelines or fixed total budget. By that, you could either use a percentage or specify a budget amount. You also have the option to display or not this budget to supervisors. Last but not least, you can decide on how you want the worksheet to look like. You can move these columns, remove columns, and add new ones if needed. Once you start a cycle, each manager receives a task to review the salaries of their employees. Let's look at Alfred's case. Here's a task to review the competition review cycle where you can see all the submitted views and stay on top of budget. So in this case, you can see that David has submitted some proposals that exceed the suggested budget. So Alfred can go and check the suggested increases and identify any potential errors. Correct them and ensure that everyone is sticking to budget, and you can also review their own worksheet, work on the increased percentages, and submit worksheet once it's done. As admins, you always have the full overview of the current salary round. You can see how much of your budget remains, which managers have already submitted their worksheets, and where responses are still pending. If needed, you can edit on behalf of someone and the adjustments only half of them. You will keep the same overview where you can stay on top of budget now that all the statuses are marked as submitted. As a final approver, I can review all the different suggestions and ensure that the budget is well distributed and used. Now that everything has been submitted and the cycle has been closed to supervisors and approved, we can see it marks as completed, and we can, before updating all the salaries, navigate to the employee lists, select the desired employees, and create reward levers. To do that, we can leverage a document template with dedicated pre-filled variables that contain not only the increased amount, the new salary, the salary change date, and so on. Also the signature process, which is something that we can cover throughout the same workflow. In the people list, you can see all the reward letters that have been graded and generated before proceeding with updating the salaries. With this, employees can immediately know what salary to expect from the next month onwards, which saves you a lot of time, replaces numerous Excel spreadsheets, and allows you to manage your salary reviews digitally and centrally in Personio.